Senator from Nebraska.
Mr. President, are we in a quorum call?
The Senate is not in a quorum call.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise today to recognize the men and women of the Nebraska National Guard. For more than 150 years, the Nebraska National Guard has been protecting our state and keeping our nation safe. Established in 1854, the Guard predates the founding of the state of Nebraska by 12 years, and those that serve in its ranks today, they carry on a proud tradition. Whenever the nation calls, Nebraska Guards men and women have been at the leading edge, responding in times of military need and national crisis. When the shadow of fascism spread across Europe in World War II, Nebraska's 134th Infantry Regiment was there to bring the light of democracy back to the continent, liberating the French city of St. Lo from Nazi occupation. When terrorists struck on September 11th, the Nebraska National Guard was there to answer the call. In the time since, over 10,000 Nebraska Guard soldiers and airmen have deployed to fight the war on terror and serve in defense of our nation. That means that in the last 16 years, there have been only 3 days when every Nebraska soldier and airman was at home with their loved ones. Saying no is not part of the culture of the Nebraska National Guard. When the nation calls, there is no hesitation. They go where the mission requires them to go. At this very moment, you can find Nebraska soldiers and airmen deployed all across the globe protecting our great nation. Whether it is the dozens of Guardsmen and women who are currently conducting detainee operations at Guantanamo Bay, or those preparing to deploy next year to key positions in the Pacific and the Middle East, our Guard stands ready to answer the call. The Guard is also playing an important role in working with our allies abroad. Since 1993, the Nebraska National Guard has been linked with the Czech Republic through the State Partnership Program. As Eastern Europe emerged from the heavy hand of communism, the Nebraska National Guard was there, working side by side with their military to collaborate, share, and assist, forging a lasting bond that remains strong to this day. This year marks the 25th anniversary of that partnership, and we are all extremely proud of the work our Guard is doing to help bring our democracies together. That spirit of service extends to their operations here in the homeland as well. When hurricanes so tragically struck our neighbors in Texas, Florida, the Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico, the Nebraska Guard was there to help. The numbers speak for themselves. In Texas, they rescued 461 people, delivered 142,000 pounds of cargo, 6,000 pounds of bottled water, and 1,000 pounds of medical supplies. During Hurricane Irma, 102 members participated in an aviation task force for support operations. Right now, 58 soldiers and airmen are providing assistance to the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. The scope of their response to these disasters is a testament to their dedication and showcases the flexibility of the Guard's mission. Whether it is responding to domestic emergencies, overseas combat, or reconstruction missions, these men and women are there to respond with speed, efficiency, and strength. One of the most impressive things about the Nebraska National Guard is that these are regular, everyday citizens who decided to answer the call to serve. They are our neighbors, our friends, our spouses, sons and daughters, ordinary Nebraskans from every background who decided to put on the uniform and make a difference. And that's why I'm so honored to have a group of the Nebraska National Guardsmen and women visiting Washington today. I would like to take this opportunity to personally thank them, their families and loved ones who support them, and all of our National Guard soldiers and airmen for their good service. The Nebraska National Guard has seen a lot of change in its history, but one thing remains the same. They stand ready to serve. Thank you, Mr. President. I would yield the floor.